Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Box. I know we missed a few weeks, so we're back. We're sorry. We got sick in a few family emergencies, but we are back.
So today we thought we should sit down and kind of just go through a couple things we wish we knew as kids growing up in or about various areas in your life.
Yeah.
I know we are still very young-ish. We're early 24, so we don't know everything, but these are just some of the things we've learned about ourselves or about certain things that I wish I told, or I wish the younger self knew.
Yeah, and plus we have a lot of younger fans too, who may be going through these phases of their life right now, and you know what? Why not try to help?
Yeah.
As many people as we can from our own experiences.
Or if this just resonates with you, like if you've seen these things kind of happen to yourself, or like May said, if you're going through it now, know that you're not the only one, and that a lot of people have gone through it, but we just express it in different ways.
Yeah. So the very first area, let's talk about academics.
So school.
Yeah. I know for us and growing up, because we were raised and brought up in the private Catholic school, it was a major deal that you had to keep good grades. You needed to do well in order to get into a good high school, and then after that, even better university. But I think it's pushed really hard on you as a kid.
That you have to be great.
Yeah.
Or you're not going to make it. Yeah, that is a really high expectation. I know, it still is, to this day, people are saying you need to do well, you need to do this if you want this. But in today's day and age, not everyone needs a degree to be successful. And I wish during our time in school, we knew you didn't need a degree, but it was still very heavily you could win a job over someone who didn't have a degree. Yeah. And to this day, that is true for some positions. But I wish I knew as a kid, because I know school didn't come easy.
Yeah, no.
And so we worked hard for our grades, whether they were good grades or not so great grades. Those were hard to get. Especially if you have a learning disability like May and I did, it was extremely hard just to attain a B.
Yeah.
At least in elementary school. And then in high school, we were able to kind of develop our academics and actually understand how to study well and be a good student. But until that we went to high school, we were struggling for the entire elementary, middle school academics career. But, I wish I told myself to take it easy, and that you don't need to push yourself beyond breaking point for a grade.
Yeah.
Because I think I gave myself more stress and more anxiety, and just, overall, mood was brought down because I was terrified of failing.
Yeah. I think if I could tell my younger self, I'd be again, don't stress so much about it. You're gonna get into a high school. You're gonna get into a college. Obviously, if you have dream schools that you want to get into, you have to look at what you need to get into those schools. Yeah. But again, if you're not super picky, but you're just worried that you don't know if you're gonna get into high school or college, you are. There's so many colleges. There's so many high schools around. It doesn't all depend on your GPA. I want to emphasize, extracurricular activities also help your chances into getting into high schools and colleges. It's not just the grade.
Yeah, along with grades, I know in our time when we were attending high school, AP courses were known to be your top chance to get into your dream school.
Yeah.
And coming from someone who never took an AP course, and I still went and accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in college, you don't need to take AP to get into college.
Or honors classes.
You don't need honors.
Yeah.
Yes, depending on the college, you may need to apply some AP. You may need to be in honors or have certain, accomplishments done. But overall, like May said, colleges aren't not looking strict like strictly at your grade. They
Yeah.
want an overall well-rounded person who is able to come into their school and offer more than just academics.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's what I really wish I knew, because I stressed so much about it. But we made it on the other side. We're done with college.
We both graduated from the University of Portland with a bachelor's in science, so those are not easy degrees.
Yeah. Which is funny because I never was great at science.
Yeah, me neither.
In high school or elementary, so it's funny that I came out as having a degree in them.
In STEM, yeah.
Yeah, just in general.
Yeah. So next, what would you call this? Chapter, genre,
Next
life?
area, yeah.
Next area, let's talk just about life.
Life in general. It's so cliche to say, but honest to gosh, like, I wish I took more time during elementary and high school just to enjoy my time with friends and family, especially if you're someone who was very athletic like May and I. Like, we didn't have much extra time outside of sports, so I wish I took the time I did have more. I don't know. I guess I wish I didn't like spend it doing nothing, because you know, you grow up, your friends might move away, you're not ever gonna be able to go back and have like a simple life like you used to. So really just like embracing the moment, being with the people you love, and surrounding yourself with those that represent who you are as a human, and not so much who you wish you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I always catch myself saying I wish I was back in high school, or I wish I had my life routine or the same routine and schedule I had in 8th grade or whatever. I always catch myself saying that because, yeah, adulting sucks.
Yeah.
It's not fun. But I think when you're growing up, you want that freedom, and you just, all you want to be is an adult. But now that you are an adult, you don't want to be one.
You just want to go back to, like, the simple days.
Yeah, because when you are growing up, you don't think about all of the stressors, all the anxiety, and what it takes to actually become an adult. And then when you get there, you see and realize, oh, maybe it's not so much fun.
Yeah.
Because you don't see all the like nitty and gritty, things that make you an adult. Like, those are not fun. All you see is like, oh, they have all the freedom in the world. They can make their own decisions. They can stay out as late as they want, or whatever. But now, coming from a young adult myself, who's still adulting, I don't like it. Take me back.
Yeah, no. I don't seem like, why? How are people 90? Like, like, how do you live that long? But in general, like, I think in life or as a kid, like, you should just enjoy it.
Enjoy having fun.
Enjoy
making mistakes when you can. When there's not a ton of pressure on you for failing. And it's good to fail. You'll learn.
That's something else that I think, like, is a major thing, is, like, I know as kids, like, we were always scared to fail, so we never took chances. But in today's day and age, like, I feel you have to make mistakes and you have to fail to learn from them. Whether it's a good mistake or a bad mistake, you still learn a lesson that is vital to growing up. So don't be scared to take chances or risks. Even when others say, hey, like, that's not the smartest idea, you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, but who really does know what they're doing in life?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I feel like you need to try it out before you can shut it down.
I would also tell my younger self to say yes to more things.
Yeah.
Just be more open. Yeah. Be more open-minded. Do whatever comes to you, honestly. Because all that's going to give you is experience for later in life, and you will use at some point. I believe that, like, whatever you go through is going to help you later. But if you don't go through anything, you don't have anything to help you later. So say yes, keep an open mind, have fun, enjoy your life now. Don't rush it. It's going to come at some point. It comes very, very quickly. The older you get, the quicker it becomes. And time just goes by like that. So I wish back then in middle school and high school and even college that I didn't rush it. Be more present where you're at, because you're gonna miss it.
Okay, so that was more life area. What about friendships? Because I know growing up, we all have best friends. We all have a group or a clique. I don't know what they're calling it these days, but like, you know, you had those kids that you hung out with daily, you did sports with, you did random activities with, whatever. I wish I could tell myself, if I could go back in time, to really honestly cherish those moments with your best friends, because life comes and you guys grow apart. You can move across the state, you can move to to a different country. So honest to gosh, like, really just be in the moment with those friendships.
I think for me, I would tell my younger self, it's okay to lose friends. I know because we're adopted, we have abandonment issues, so it can be tough. But when you grow up, you start to learn, like, it's normal to lose friends depending on where you are in your life. Because with each different stage in your life, you're going to have many different people coming in and out of it. And their only purpose was to be in your life for that short amount of time. And probably to teach you a lesson, or for you to maybe be a lesson for them. But not everyone that comes in your life is meant to stay in your life. So I wish I could tell my younger self, it's okay if people leave. Let them leave. If they stop serving you a purpose or being a positive influence in your life, let them go. All it's going to do is hurt you. So I would tell my younger self, it's okay. You don't need to stress as much. A lot of it is your abandonment issues, which you're going to get it figured out. But if you are in that stage of life right now where you're worried that you're going to lose all your friends, or you think it's weird, you're in an awkward stage, it's okay. It's going to blow over. New people are going to come in. I thought the term 1 year can make a huge difference was complete baloney, but really 1 year can do so many things for you. I have people in my life now that weren't in my life a year ago.
So one last thing I want to add about the area friendships is that it is about quality over quantity. I feel like you really, like, as of right now, like, you don't need thousands or hundreds of friends to be considered popular, or have like a fun life. I think the people that you become close with and you cherish, and there's a equal participation between you and a friendship, you or your friend, I feel like those are more meaningful. And so to cherish those more closely than thinking, oh, well, like, I could have 6 friends instead of one really great friend, you know? So definitely think quality over quantity. And I know that's weird to say, but honest to gosh, like, you don't need a huge group.
And also, I would tell those people, if you do see those people with tons of friends, they're not close with all of them. They barely know each other, because you have to invest your time in those people. And if you have a ton of people, you're not investing enough time in them. They're not learning about you. You're not learning about them. It's just pretty much mutuals, I would say. And just because they have a lot of people doesn't mean they are fulfilled in their friendships. So if you're fulfilled in your friendships and you may only have 3 or 4 close friends, that's probably better than what they have. It just seems like they have more friends, but they really don't. So, again, quality over quantity, always.
Yes. And always be true to yourself. If something, like, rubs you off about someone, or someone says something, it's okay to stand up and be like, hey, like, that's not cool. I don't like that. and like voice your opinion more in friendships, because that's how you're gonna get like sincere
people.
People. Sincere people. You just want to surround yourself with those who are similar to you and your morals, your beliefs, your ethics, who you are as a human being.
Yeah.
So honestly, just surround yourself with people that make you great.
Yes.
Not someone who is a shitty person in life or just wants to be cool. You know?
Yeah, I would say that. And I would also tell myself, my younger self, the friends that you have also tell a lot about you.
Yeah.
Because they are what you are drawn to, and they are a part of you. So if some of their ugliness comes out, it can rub off on you too. And it could also show like you respect that, or you like some of that stuff. So if it really doesn't resonate with you or your morals or your values, that person is probably not your friend.
Yeah. And it's okay to not be friends with somebody.
Yeah.
You can walk away slate clean. You don't have to feel like you owe them an apology because you don't want to be friends.
Yeah. And for the last category of this podcast episode, I know there's many, many more. If you would love to tell us more that we can dive into, we would love to do another one. But the last one for this episode is relationships. Either dating or just in general relationships. I would tell myself it's okay to wear your heart on your sleeve, but you need to be able to learn how to control your emotions a little bit more, and know when you're being disrespected and walked all over, and to stand up for yourself, because in today's generation, a good heart can make you feel like you're being used. And you can get hurt a lot easier than other people.
Yeah. I would say, like, more so relationships with, like, SOs or just dating in general. You know, we grow up with this imagination that, like, Prince Charming or whatever is going to come and sweep you off your feet, and you're going to live this happy fairy tale life that everyone lives. But in reality, you need to search for that, but also know that it's okay if it takes time.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to rush into relationships just because you feel like you're single, or it's bad because you're single, or all your friends have boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever. Like, you don't have to rush into something when you really truly don't want to. I know for the past couple years since college, I've been taking time more putting myself first, like as the priority, but also not being in a relationship because I wanted to focus on myself and grow as an individual before I can grow with someone else. And that comes with like maturity, but also just understanding, I think, that what's meant to be will be, and you can't fast track it. You can't slow it down if it's coming at you. It's very like, you will know when you know.
I would also tell my younger self, if you start to see red flags and you question a few things in the relationship early on, to maybe dive deeper into it and not just skim over it, because down the road those things are going to pop back up in the relationship. And from my own experiences, it was the reasons they ended. So always like check in your relationship and check in with your person and like communicate well. If something's not going right, actually stop and listen and look and see what's not right and why you don't like it. Because then maybe for the next one you start to realize, I don't really like that in someone. I don't want that in my person. So take notes.
Yeah. It's okay for people to change.
Yes.
Whether you want them to change or they change on their own, like, you can't force someone to change for you, and you don't want someone to change because of you. And so that's a huge part. Like, you have to kind of step away and be like, if it's a bad change, then I'm going to do this to better myself. Or if it's a good change, you're grateful for the time that you had with that person, but it's okay to separate paths because you know you're on a different path in life than they are, but you both need to be grateful for the time that you both spent together, but know that your time was meaningful and not worthless.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I would also tell my younger self, after each breakup, take that time for yourself. Don't run into relationships. Don't, just because you're lonely and you're trying to fill a void. I know it is so common these days to fill the void and loneliness with someone else, but the earlier you learn that hurt people, it's so true. So
whether it's intentional or not.
Yeah, and obviously it's tough losing someone that meant so much to you, but I think you learn the most about yourself when you are in those stages.
Yeah.
So try not to fill the void. I know it hurts, but go straight through the pain because you're going to be better off after if you don't fill the void and you try to push your feelings away with someone else.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of like surface level. I know we could go really in depth with it, but if you just happen to be going through just one of these areas in your life or you resonate with this, let us know in the comments. Let us know if you guys want more type of like things I wish I knew, tips or tricks or things that May and I could potentially talk about, whether you're going through it or not, or you just want to hear something relatable. Let us know in the comments. But this is the end of the episode. We hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And keep listening, keep watching, and keep enjoying that journey you're on. Bye, guys.
Bye.